Have you been on PPI medication for a long time? And I'm not talking weeks, I'm talking months, years, decades. Here's the hard truth. These medications, PPI, proton pump inhibitor medications, were never meant to be used for more than 4 to 8 weeks. That is according to the College of Gastroenterology. That is where gastroenterologists, your GI specialists, learn all of their education. And that is the group of people that are specialists at the highest level who, when using these PPIs back 20, 25 years ago, they're coming to market, they were never meant to be used past 4 to 8 weeks. That is what they said. We are now in a decade here in the 2020s where I've had patients that I've worked with who've been on this medication, those medications, for as long as they've been on the market, 25 years plus. What? How did that happen? And they can't come off of it. Anytime they try to come off of it, heartburn comes right back. The GERD comes right back. The EOE comes right back. They're worried about the Barrett's esophagitis, all the different things that you could be worried about or might be diagnosed with. And you're just stuck on it. And that's what the doctors say is, just stay on it. What's the problem? Just stay on it. Here's the problem. And this is why you're watching this video. There are major side effects from being on these PPIs. By the way, this is the #1 prescribed medication in all of America. The #1, more than anything else. PPIs. I'm going to draw a quick picture of the stomach for you. So here's the bottom of the esophagus. Here's your throat. And then you've got the intestine dropping down from the bottom of the stomach there. Not the best picture. It's going to suffice. Stomach. Acids released. When you digest, the lion's share of your digestion must take place in the stomach. This is where most of the acids are released. You also release histamine. They push into the stomach when food is there to help you digest it. 80% of your digestion, thereabouts, is taking place in the stomach, okay? Without stomach acids, which is what PPIs do, PPIs eliminate the stomach acids, significantly decrease them. What happens to your digestion? Because 20% of it, or thereabouts, takes place down here in the small intestine. Well now, if you significantly reduce this, let's say it's down to 40%, and we'll be nice when we use that number. Let's say it's 40% of digestion is now taking place in the stomach. Well, now you put all the lion's share down here on the small intestine. 60% of it has to be done by the small intestine. Well, it can only do 20%. It's only designed to do what it's designed to do between the pancreas and between the gallbladder, releasing enzymes and bile in there to help you digest. It can only do so much. So now you've got a missing 40% of undigested food. Let's go through that list of food. Proteins, very important for everything. Muscle building, in terms of protein damage, muscular damage, structural damage to the body. Proteins are needed for everything. Health of your hair, could go on. Fats, healthy fats, necessary for every cell layer in your body is made of fats. Literally every cell in your body is made up of a phospholipid bilayer. Super important for your brains as well. Healthy fats help with offsetting cardiovascular disease. You need your fats. Now we're talking about carbohydrates. Just simple sugars, complex sugars, all kinds of different things, carbs that produce quick energy for the body that we need, both for the brain, for the body to make ATP, to have energy in general. All three of those are your macronutrients. We haven't begun to talk about the vitamins, the minerals, and the phytonutrients that are also in those foods. What are you missing out on with this 40% that your body is just no longer digesting? It's going right through you. So what does this mean? Let's start thinking about some chronic conditions, which doctors would just say, well, you got this now. We don't know why. How about this one? Osteoporosis, osteopenia, soft bones. You need calcium to keep your bones strong. If you don't digest that calcium out of the red meat you just ate, or out of the kale and spinach you just ate, it's just going right through you. Soft bones. Number 2, heart arrhythmias. You need electrolytes and minerals to make your heart fire. Heart issues. Without those minerals, without those electrolytes to help your organs function, your heart's going to struggle. All of a sudden, I got an arrhythmia. I got to be on a beta blocker. I got to be on a diuretic. I got to be on some sort of medication to help with my heart now. Why? You're not digesting. Number 3, what else might we also have issues with? How about those nutrients that you need, like B vitamins? Going to help your muscles fire, going to help your nerves fire. You need your nerves to actually transmit signals down from the brain to where they need to go, right? What if all of a sudden you're just starting to get like this weird tingling in your body, arms, legs, the longer nerve pathways? You get nerve fasciculations. You get muscle fasciculations. You don't have enough that you're eating and digesting for those parts of your body to work well. That's not good. What about this? We talk about healthy fats for the brain. Here's a side effect of PPIs: dementia. Do you have a family history of that? If you have a family history of cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, and you're on a PPI, just leave it there. We got a major problem. You got to work on getting off these PPIs. Also, in terms of other things that you might actually deal with, kidney disease. You can kind of tie that one into the heart. You need electrolytes. You need electrolytes for these things to fire. You need your kidney to function, period. You have to have electrolytes. The sodium-potassium pump is exclusively built on having enough of those electrolytes for your kidneys to function and pump things in and pump things out. Huge problem. Number 6, an increased risk of C. diff. If you haven't heard of C. diff, it's a bacteria that lives in the gut. You get an increased risk of that overgrowth of nasty bacteria when you don't have enough stomach acids to protect your stomach. Gastric polyps. I'll put number 7 down here. You need stomach acids to do their job in the stomach. But without that, you can develop polyps, and those can become cancerous as well. I'll put that in orange. Anytime we got the C word involved, we got to put that in orange. And the final one, which is the one that is least known, but it's probably one of the bigger things that we see with patients on PPIs on a regular basis, SIBO, S-I-B-O. It stands for small intestine bacterial overgrowth, SIBO. You need stomach acids to come down here into the small intestine and kill off, or at least keep in check, the bad bacteria. All right, you got good bacteria in your gut, those are your probiotics, you know what those are. And then you have the bad bacteria, and they kind of intermingle and live with one another, kind of in a symbiosis. But those acids that are coming down that tube from your stomach, they keep the bad bacteria in check. They don't let them overgrow. In a PPI situation, your acids are so low that the bad bacteria start to have a party, and they start to elevate and elevate and elevate, and they start to actually push the probiotics down, down, down. This is bacterial overgrowth in the small intestine. It is directly tied in with PPIs. We see this a lot with our PPI patients that come to us to get off these medications. There are major side effects to these drugs, and gastroenterologists are ignoring them. They're just putting people onto these medications to stay on them for life. All right, and I'm telling you, this is a problem. These issues aren't even tied in with that doctors are thinking about, but they are there, okay? This video, as far as how it might be able to change your life or somebody that you know who's been on PPIs, can do so if you go to the link in this description, right? The description to this video. In that link, I offer a free 15 to 30 minute call. And we talk about what might be going on with you. You can get your questions answered as far as what you've dealt with in the past, what you're frustrated with, what to expect here in our office. We do functional medicine. Traditional medicine has their hard line route. And if you deviate from that in one way or another, they're not interested, they're here. And if you don't follow that, you end up on a video like this because you're frustrated, because you're not getting better, or you're stuck on a PPI, or the person you love is stuck on a PPI, and they are meant to be on it, according to the doctor, forever. And this is what you can look forward to in the back end. Okay? Take advantage, get on our call schedule. Let's figure out if you're a good fit for us and if I'm going to be a good fit for you in terms of functional medicine. If so, this video may have just changed your life. Take advantage.